This is my favorite weather we've had for the podcast. Right
I don't know.
here.
I like when we first started doing it from out here. It was like November, and it was like pretty good then when we were doing the afternoon version.
This is sun going down, nice and cool. This is perfect.
The sun's real low, big guy.
You know where we should be right now?
A theme park.
A theme park.
Yeah, when I was at Universal at this time, it was pretty awesome.
I'm trying to go tomorrow because it's going to be nice and cool.
Well, there's blackouts right now, so the crowd should be down a little bit.
Oh, really? There's blackouts?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's
gold.
good.
Yeah.
That's good news.
Yep, gold people, gold, silver, gout.
Nice. Sorry about your luck, gold and silvers.
Wait, I'm blocked out?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Oops.
Yeah, you're blocked out for another week,
I
buddy.
didn't realize one of them was in the room with us.
I'm gonna start over.
How long are they walking? Like a week?
Yeah, I think another week.
Okay. Another week. It's already been a week?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always the spring break week.
I should have been there. I was worried about spring break crowds.
Well, the thing is that there's the people that just buy tickets. It is Easter weekend.
Those people are crazy.
Yeah, Easter weekend is like the busiest weekend for whatever reason. Like on the
Really?
calendar, I think Easter is the busiest.
Frank W. Lover will be there this weekend.
Oh?
Bought tickets.
Oh, he bought tickets?
Bought tickets.
Wow.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Did he win the lotto or something? 'Cause that guy is cheap.
I know. He's been hitting me up every day for advice on,
What do I do?
on Epcot. Yeah.
Check the lines before you go. That's what I always do. That's what I'll do.
He told me his priorities. I told him what to do.
I have Friday and Saturday booked, and if either of them look bad, I'll just cancel and won't go. Pass holder problems.
Or just go and then park hop to another place that's not as busy.
Yeah, if there is one.
It shouldn't be too
That's
bad.
a thing. Has there? Well, I'm going to ask you on the show. You
Okay.
guys want to do a show?
Yes.
All right.
A listener, Adam, said, I got jealous of your weekly park stories and got myself a Universal pass.
Nice.
Yes.
You're welcome. That helps Jimmy's bottom line.
Well, that's your sponsorship, so.
Hey, yes.
Hey, you have a Beetlejuice shirt
I do
on,
have a
man.
Beetlejuice
Yeah,
shirt
he's-
and Beetlejuice socks
There
on.
you go. Still pimping out the Universal. I guess.
Trying to be a little bit more subtle this time.
Somebody's getting free Halloween Horror Nights tickets.
Yeah. I won't be surprised when he comes to the podcast with Universal tattooed on his forehead.
Yeah.
You won't be surprised when I just come dressed as a raptor next week.
Or if we make it to Halloween Horror Nights, we see him and he's like in the VIP tour group, but it's just him, and they're just taking him wherever he wants to go.
Yeah. But he probably will have people with him because they'll have, the girlfriend and then
true.
like bodyguards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
People to watch. So the dirties like me and Jimmy don't come and show up and try and get in his group.
Don't acknowledge me as I walk in.
And then we'll try to talk to him, and then he'll just lean over to somebody and whisper.
They don't play.
And then they'll come over to you and be like, "Sir, you need to leave."
They don't play in those VIP groups. One year, Sean Watson and C-Lane tried to sneak some girls in with them, and they're like, "Nope." They had to leave the group because they had to choose between the group and the girls, so they stay with the girls.
Well,
that's what you always choose.
Okay, yeah. All right. I don't know. You only get one VIP tour of Universal. I don't know.
That's so awesome.
All
I
right.
love that story.
Yeah.
I love that story because I love Sean Watson, but the kid just doesn't want to follow the rules ever.
No, yeah, it's part of his appeal, I think. He
I think it
goes
is.
to the beat of his own drum.
He definitely does. He does, and he just sees the world a different way than everybody else. And
Yeah.
I'm jealous of that vision that he has.
I do. I appreciate it. I do appreciate
Yeah.
the way he can just do things his way.
As much as it has been a thorn in our side at times, I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's do a podcast, boys. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Theme Park Podcast. It is Dickerman along with Jimmy D.
Good morning, evening, or happy April Fool's Day, right?
It is for us and Scott
It is,
Harris. If you're listening on the radio, it's the day after. So April Fool's, it's no longer April Fool's Day.
it's a Beetlejuice shirt. Just so happens that Beetlejuice will be a mascot at Halloween Horror Nights 30. Oh, hi, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Get your tickets at.
What are those Beetlejuice socks you're wearing, too?
They are Beetlejuice socks as well, yeah.
Scott Harris officially, unofficially sponsored by Universal Orlando, we're saying.
Do you guys want to know where I was this week?
Where'd you go this week?
Where I went this week? Well, I happened to go to Universal Orlando Resort, actually.
Wow. Color me surprised on that one.
I'm really. Did you get to use your?
I did,
your
yeah.
card?
I used my lanyard.
That's right, because they had sent us.
Uh-huh,
This is actually just something they did that was nice.
Exactly,
Jokey, okay? But they had sent the what was it? Like a tasting card? Is that what it was?
Yeah, which basically means you get 10 items.
Okay, so that was gonna be
Wow.
my question. Is
That's
like
what it is.
10 items? All right.
Yeah.
cool.
So you got 10 items?
For free?
I think I've only used 4 of them, so I have 6 more to go.
Oh my gosh! I wish I would have gone with you guys. Now I'm just like, you guys take them. It's fine. You guys both have access to Universal. I don't because I'm a poor person, so I can't go. But you guys both have access.
You go up to a stand. Oh, I want jambalaya. Doot, there you go.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome, Jimmy. You haven't gone yet, right?
I have not.
And it counts for drinks too.
So tell us.
Alcoholic?
I don't know. I only got water because it was toasty.
You only got it was toasty.
Ah.
Yet we're sitting outside right now, and it's 60 something degrees again.
Yeah, it was.
It is.
It was 93 degrees, and I was wearing black skinny jeans.
Welcome
so.
to Florida.
I'd be wearing a sweatshirt if I didn't want to show off my Neon Museum T-shirt.
Okay.
If you ever go to Vegas and you don't want to do gambling or Circus Olay, there's a thing there called the Neon Museum, and they basically take all the neon signs from all the casinos that have been knocked down or changed or whatever, and they have them on display. And half of them actually still light up.
Oh, I've
So-
heard of this place actually. I think.
Yeah,
I saw it in
it's-
something, a documentary or something.
You saw it in Mars Attacks.
I don't think I saw
Actually-
Mars Attacks.
You may have seen it in National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. They
Or
had
that.
they had like a little version of it in that movie.
Okay. So tell us about what you had out there. I'm surprised you only had 4 things because I figured you'd pack in a little bit more.
Well, what do we get?
Well, he weighs 4 pounds.
I know, but he eats like a champion.
Jambalaya,
Mm-hmm.
and then pork schnitzel sandwich, slider,
That sounds good.
Cuban sandwich,
Ooh, that's always good.
and then a queso arepa.
You didn't get any dessert. I'm really surprised.
Well, I got before I understood what the lanyard actually got the brownie, the vegan brownie inside of
Okay.
the tribute store.
All right.
So
How was
mistimed
that?
that.
Before you understood the power of the
Exactly, yeah.
So-
but you better believe I'll be going back because
So
I
how-
have 6 more things.
How is the vegan brownie?
It's very good. It just tastes like a regular brownie.
So you don't notice anything with the texture?
Nah,
or
man,
like
it's
the
a
flavor?
it's a brownie shaped like a skull. It's awesome.
doesn't taste like sand.
No,
Okay.
No, just because I know with gluten-free things, sometimes I actually really like gluten-free bread. I don't know what it is about the texture, but it's like a little bit harder, a little bit denser. I don't know. I just like it.
I want to try that Dave's Killer Bread. And I've never. It's too expensive for me, but it looks cool because there's a guy in the bag with a guitar.
you know the story behind that bread. Too,
Yeah,
right?
What? Oh,
No, Dave spent time in prison.
Yeah.
cool.
And the whole bread business is like how he lifted himself out of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, good for Dave.
Yeah.
And he ended up flipping the company, selling it to a big distributor, and that's how everybody sees it now in all their grocery stores. Because it used to be, I want to say, just Jacksonville area.
It was a niche. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Well, what was the best of the bunch of what you had out at Universal for Mardi Gras?
Queso arepa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
You can't ever go wrong with queso.
No, exactly. That's the thing.
It's like
It
there's-
literally means cheese.
And I love jambalaya, and I love Universal Studios jambalaya. I remember one of the first times I worked at the radio station. Remember, they used to bring food
Oh,
to the
yeah.
radio, and that was
Oh,
one of the things they would
yeah.
bring. Yeah.
yeah.
It was so good. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to come up a lot. Like it used to be like it would be like a big event. You know, they actually, speaking of Beetlejuice, years ago they brought the guy that played Beetlejuice. They would bring him up to the radio station.
Michael
Keaton?
Keaton?
Not Michael.
You just said the guy that
I meant
plays.
the guy that played him at the park. You know, he would be in full makeup.
I
in
would
full
still be
character.
excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool. It was eons ago.
Yeah, well, remember when we did O-Deals before Groupon was a thing?
Yeah, well,
And-
O'Deal's Groupon was a thing, and O'Deal's was a response to it. We just didn't catch up anywhere
No,
close.
O-Deals didn't exist, or Groupon didn't exist in Orlando at least.
Oh,
Yeah.
no?
That
That's
might have
what
been
it was, yeah.
Okay.
And we got O-Deals. Universal loved the idea, and City Walk, all the restaurants at City Walk were our first clients for O-Deals.
Oh wow.
So every week we were giving away a different gift certificate for $50 to a restaurant.
Yeah, like
And
Pat O'Brien's and Bob
Oh,
Marley's.
Pat O'Brien's. We had
So-
some good times out there.
Whichever restaurant was the restaurant of the week, they brought the food up that day.
I remember
this.
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, and I would buy O-Deals. I'm like, we had some great deals
They
back
were
in the day.
Awesome. Yeah. Oh, I was shopping on O-Deals like crazy.
We bought Kmart gift cards there one time for half off, like when we still had Kmart's.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't know what a Kmart is.
Kmart's like a Target.
He knows what Kmart is. He's seen Rain Man. He knows what Kmart is.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's basically food and wine, but at Universal Studios. That's basically what it is. There's different country stands all around Universal Studios. So you got to walk like, oh, there's Cuba, oh, there's Italy, there's France, there's
SeaWorld-
Germany. Yeah.
SeaWorld and Disney have been doing it for years, and now they're like, we might as well do it too.
It's a moneymaker. People love it, and they come out in droves for it. I see Universal I saw a few times this week was at capacity.
The thing is, the day that I went, hey, capacity. But the trick is, when the park's open until 10 o'clock, just go around like 3 or 4. Best time to go, because we know this, the early crowd people have already left.
We've always considered ourselves to give the tips for people. These are pass holders and local pro tips. When it's busy times, just go later. It's not only less hot, there's less people.
Yeah,
people
the
are
only
like,
thing,
I can't do this anymore. I got to go home.
The only risk that you run is an afternoon rainstorm. That is it.
True.
But that usually means clears the park out even more.
And this next week, it's going to be like clear all week long. So the weather's going to not only be nice, but there's going to be like no rain until like next weekend.
And it's another week that the Universal is open till 10 o'clock at both parks.
My favorite times is to go when they're open late. I love
You've
going out.
You've been asking
sundown.
for them to be open late, and they finally are.
That's true. You're right.
And because of that, I have seen the VelociCoaster up close and personal.
So is it running?
It's testing.
Yeah, they have to run it like 5,000 times or something crazy.
They
before
run
can
it
put
empty
people
though,
on it.
right?
They're running it empty, but the thing is, on March 30th, they had a final inspection of the queue area.
Oh.
Ooh.
So you have to think that means once that gets approved, you can put some bodies into that building.
Do they put, or is it like, when do they put like crash test dummies in the coasters, right?
Dickerman, there's already been people that have ridden that ride.
Okay, all right, but like at some point, like in the testing process, they have like they
Yes.
put dummies on there to see how it goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But people have ridden it.
Yes, they were
Humans.
filmed for a
Oh,
commercial.
that's right. We did talk about this. Yeah,
But,
the people in
but
the
the thing I'm
commercial.
wondering is, I wonder if that was even at full speed.
Oh, probably not. They're like,
That's-
we're going to run
yeah,
it.
I
late.
know.
See, Jimmy, they will run it slow for you.
Yeah, but that I think that slow might still be not slow enough.
14 miles an hour.
But the walls have come down, so you can really see more of the ride.
Mm-hmm.
So that part that you see from the lagoon, that's the second half of the ride.
It's going to be a big coaster.
It's a
really
big coaster, and there's not a lot of room for it to be.
They get creative with the way they lay these coasters out. Even like Rip Ride Rocket. Like Rip Ride Rocket goes like all
It goes
over the
through a
place.
building.
Yeah, it's like and then it's way over at the front, over like kind of
takes
almost
you-
by a Hard Rock.
It takes you out of the park and then back into the park.
It does take you out of the park.
Yeah.
I love it when they do that.
Yeah,
Tampa Bay over at Busch Gardens, Cheetah Hunt's kind of like that too. That's
that's a
thing,
sprawling ride.
like, it goes like through half the park. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So, I got to see both of those things. And this is how you know the park wasn't that busy. The train trolley ride at Seuss Landing, 5-minute wait.
That's what I was going to ask. How were the lines?
It wasn't too bad. I was just walking around a little bit most of the time when we were there. So it was just like, maybe we'll do this one. We'll do that one. So mainly it was just, hey, let's eat and then watch the VelociCoaster run.
Let's see what it's going to be like.
Yeah, Hagrid had already run out of boarding groups by the time that we got there.
So, our summer includes a VelociCoaster.
Yes.
It includes Ratatouille.
Here's the thing. There is also a sign post for height requirements for VelociCoaster.
Really?
So that's
48 or 54?
it's right below whatever the Hulk is.
Okay. So it's probably, I think it's like 50, 52, something like
yeah.
that. Something like that, somewhere in that range.
Yes, VelociCoaster is summer and Ratatouille is October.
And do we get a date on Icebreaker? Do we know? Do you guys
We
remember?
don't know about Icebreaker or
It's
Iron.
ready.
Icebreaker and Iron Gwazi are both pretty much ready to be christened
I
and
think they're
opened.
just waiting. They're just like, let's just wait a little bit longer.
That's the thing. I think no one wants to be the first to decide when they're going to open their ride.
Well, it seems at this point like VelociCoaster might be it.
They didn't even announce this thing until what, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. Then they're going to go. That's Universal's kind of been like all along. They've been a little bit of a trailblazer since the whole pandemic started.
They have, yes.
They've kind of done their own thing.
But the other big highlight, I got to check out the Legacy store at City Walk.
That's
which
where-
is Jimmy's, which would be me and Jimmy's favorite thing in the world.
And we said this thing's kind of like a museum almost, right?
It's a store that just has props from the entire history of
can't-
Universal.
Yeah, it's more a museum because you can't
But
buy
you can't buy
stuff.
them. You can't buy them.
No, I want to. They have the grenade launcher from the Jaws ride.
Yeah, they're not selling
Nice.
you that. They're not going to sell you
I'd
that.
buy it.
They got a proton pack from the Ghostbusters show.
They have that. They have 4 jumpsuits from the Ghostbusters show with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man on him, on the jumpsuit.
Like splattered on them?
Yes! Yeah.
Like marshmallow goo?
Yes!
That's cool.
And they have multiple hoverboards. They've got the outfits that they wore on the Back to the Future ride.
Do they sell anything in there, or is it only just for viewing?
Oh yeah, it's still a regular store.
Okay, so they have other things you can buy.
Yeah, and then where the fossil store and the whatever that store was called.
PIQ. My kid loved it.
So they gutted that building
She's gonna be devastated.
to build a bigger Universal Studios store.
That makes sense, though.
So there's the Legacy store that's got like a bunch of the older stuff in there, and then there's a bigger
Fossil's gone too.
Fossil's gone too.
Yeah,
I bet
everything
a few
that-
watches there over the years.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, they were not like their prices were good. I thought.
Yeah, I think the only things that are still there is the Cinnabon and Quiet Flight.
They're never going to take away the Cinnabon, and people love that surfboard outside the Quiet Flight.
Hey, just put a surfing Cinnabon out there.
I always, when you go to Universal, if you're going to Universal, do you always cut through the surf store there that goes through like Tommy Bahama or whatever that is?
No, because I don't think that exit exists anymore.
Oh no, because that was always
Because Tommy Bahama was the thing that was next to the IQ store.
Yeah.
So that's gone.
Yeah, Quiet Flight was attached to something else, and you could cut through the.
And you can't cut through anymore.
You could cut through to avoid the idiots because there's always people just stop going.
Oh, look at the surfboard.
And then
it's when you and I and Scott go together.
But then you'd get the stink eye from the people working because they knew you weren't there to shop
Yeah,
to buy
of course.
$100 board shorts.
Yeah, no, they got that exit doesn't exist anymore.
Oh,
I mean, it might now with the new store being done. When I was there, because it didn't open until Thursday.
yeah. Okay.
So that was why I didn't.
Well, I'm curious if that, summertime, I would use that on the reg when I would go over to Universal.
I mean, speaking of pro tip, if you go to Universal Studios, once you go in the park, just take that little side just to the right through the bathrooms to avoid the main street.
Oh, yeah.
Right over by Bourne.
Kick all around and avoid everything, all the madness of people initially getting there. Now, you can't blame them.
No.
For us, it's like we see it all the time, but like other people are like, oh my gosh, I have to, because it's the first thing you see. You want to stop and take it in.
Yeah.
Promotions manager Glory, guilty of the cut through.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing wrong with this. It's beauty of the cut-throughs. No one that exists.
It's a pass holder, locals only sort of thing. That's okay.
Can I give another pro tip?
Yeah.
Head on a swivel if you're walking around Universal Studios right now.
Oh?
Well, there's parade floats. And with parade floats comes beads.
Oh, the beads are flying at you.
Beads are flying around. Just be aware of your surroundings.
Catch the beads. They got people on the stilts, too.
There are people on stilts as well.
See, that's good for COVID times, All of
Why
a
isn't
sudden,
everyone on
The
stilts?
stilts make more sense.
Yeah.
Walk around on stilts.
I missed my thing.
You miss your calling?
No, not my calling, but like that would have been a great way to keep 6 feet away from people.
Yeah, did you walk around with stilts all the time?
Yeah.
Do you think you're coordinated enough to handle stilts?
I probably would need a cane stilt to go with it, or like a walker.
Oh, like the like we've seen at like horror nights and stuff. The ones that also have the hand stilts.
Yeah.
You're kind of like
So
like
I
a
look like
giraffe.
a character from the Dark Crystal.
Yeah, exactly.
You ever see one of the stilt people get like stuck and they couldn't get back up?
No,
I feel like I've seen like getting them back up is a challenge.
I bet it is.
No, they train specifically on that activity.
Oh,
just
I'm
getting
sure,
up.
yeah.
And I have seen a scare actor eat it on stilts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
It's not a fun thing. You don't want to eat it on stilts. It's like one of the worst ways you can eat it, for sure.
Do you want to get into some theme park news?
Is there some theme park news to get into? Wait a minute, I have a question.
Yes.
Because I feel like this is the most important part of news, and we didn't open the show with it.
Mm-hmm.
Our bracket contest.
Yeah.
Which we ran for multiple weeks.
Yes.
It came down to two of the...
Disney Quest and Wet n Wild.
And these are former attractions in the Central Florida area. Our
Yes.
final two...
Yep.
Disney Quest
Yep.
and Wet n Wild.
Yep.
One, the Disney behemoth.
Uh-huh.
Two, was a fan favorite of many for decades.
How do you guys think it went?
I think Wet n Wild won. I said Wet n Wild from the beginning.
Yeah, he picked Wet n Wild.
I'm
from
a
the beginning.
90s kid, though.
Yeah, I just have a hard time believing that anything is going to beat the Disney name.
Well, Dickerman is correct.
Wet n Wild.
In a landslide.
Wow.
Beloved.
Wow,
Yes.
in a landslide.
You got to think, to most people, that was their first water park.
Yeah, it was. Like here.
That was my whole high school time.
Yeah, I mean, there was Water Mania, but nobody, Wet n Wild was the 600-pound gorilla when it came to water parks. It was as big as you got.
Yeah.
Well, for locals, Water Mania kind of had a disadvantage being out on 192.
Yeah,
You have to drive past a water park to get to that water
Yeah.
park.
Yeah,
And
you
Wet
had
n
to drive
Wild-
through. You had to drive past like 3 water parks to get to Water Mania.
Wet n Wild was the brand name, and Wet n Wild was just, I don't know, there was something about that place that was special. I remember they opened the black hole. Like, that was like
Yeah.
a huge deal.
Yeah, that's back when they had like the little fiber optic lights in it.
Yeah.
They would give you like the angle that was going down, and then as the years went on, those lights seemed to stop working.
Yeah, it was just a pitch black hole after that.
Yeah.
Or there's the Der Stuka, which we won't talk about why people like that ride.
True. That was
No,
like,
we
I remember
can't.
there was news stories about that when I was a kid. It was like, oh, Dad, I want to go to Wet n Wild.
Which one did you think was scarier, Der Stuka, where you went over the
No,
side,
Bombay.
or Bombay?
Because I
Bombay.
did Bombay one time, and I'm standing in the tube going, why am I doing this? This is why am I doing? Then the bottom. I'm, whoa, no, God, no! I'll never. When I wrote that, I said I'll never do this again.
Did you?
Yeah, I never. I said I will never do that again.
But did you?
No, I did not.
Oh wow!
No.
That's we stuck to your guns.
It was like when I flew in a helicopter. I was like, I'm not doing this again.
Because I've heard you say, "I'm never going to eat a bag of frosted animal crackers ever again."
Yeah, that's a different sort of fear.
And then type 2 diabetes later.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. I got 2 feet.
For now.
I got another one for now. It's fine.
So Wet n Wild was the grand winner.
So we will choose a winner for our SeaWorld tickets
Yes.
In the next couple days, and we'll post that up on our social media channels at the Theme Park Podcast.
Correct.
And SeaWorld, great place to check out right now. That's good for like thrill seekers. It's great for if you got kids because that's
Animals.
Sesame Street Land, and the animals are amazing. That Sesame Street Land, if
Food.
you guys have not seen that, they did such an amazing job out there. It's really, really cool. I wish my kid was littler to take it in and enjoy it.
And you can go see Dickerman, and they're living in a trash can.
That's Oscar the Grouch.
Oh, I thought it was you.
No, it's Oscar the Grouch.
Do you want some other theme park news? You want
Yes.
some,
Same temperament.
It's true.
So the further replacement of Magic Bands continues this week.
I don't like this at all.
Don't say replacement. Let's just say in addition to.
Adjacent to Magic Bands, the MagicMobile now is available to everyone with Apple devices.
Does everybody
Unless-
have theirs? Does everybody have theirs?
Unless you have an Apple Series 1 or 2 watch.
Oh, the watch. But if you have a phone, as long as your phone is like somewhat, what's the phone requirement? Do we know?
I don't.
Because my wife has the old SE. She refuses to give up. She's like me with a Magic Band. She's like, you can take this phone from my cold dead hand because she likes the small size of it.
I mean, I think if it's anything that can have like a card attached to it,
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right. Well, what do we go for themes on our MagicMobile then?
Well, I posted mine.
I saw yours. You have a Avatar.
Yeah, the Ecron.
Ecron.
And what do you got?
I have the Millennium Falcon.
Me too.
Yeah, nice.
See, I like the Ecron one a little bit better because you have the little sprites that come up in like the animation of it. Whereas with the Star Wars one, I would have thought like being like
Something?
like the TIE fighter shooting at the Millennium Falcon. It's just light. It's stars twinkling.
I didn't even notice this. I didn't even notice.
Yeah,
the
if you move
animation.
it around, it's kind of like a 3D effect.
I almost chose a different one. I don't remember what it was. Maybe Animal Kingdom. I'm not sure. I almost chose another one though, but I decided not. At least for the first one, I'm gonna go Millennium Falcon.
I wonder how often they're going to add more. I'm sure they're going
I'm
to.
waiting for
Well,
a Doug.
I'm still waiting for them to update the. You know how you log into your My Disney experience and you pick an avatar.
Mm-hmm.
That has not been updated. The last update they put Kion, the lion.
Mm-hmm.
That was the last update, and it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, give some more updates. Like you've got Russell and Carl from Up,
but no Doug.
but no Doug.
I've got Wally, so I'm good. I don't need to change anything.
I think I have Vader still, but I'm not sure.
You do.
I am currently Pluto. I've been on a Pluto kick lately.
Yeah, I think I'm either Vader or a Stormtrooper. I really don't know. I could be Carl Fredrickson too. I don't. My problem with that is because there are so few. Like we've got a few people that we're friends with, and they'll have the same avatar. I'm like,
Yeah,
I gotta change my
yeah.
avatar.
Yeah, I can't.
Fritz would have Darth Vader, or my buddy Rich would have Carl. So I'd have to change it.
It messes me up because like my wife and one of our good friends Amanda both have Ariel.
Oh yeah,
So I have booked a point. I have booked.
fast pass with her. What?
Yeah.
Why you going to the park with Amanda?
Yeah,
There,
exactly.
you gotta sit them both down. One of you's got to change.
Somebody's got to pick. Somebody's got to choose here, and I'm not making the choice for you. You got to do it yourself.
In other news, this is mainly for Dickerman. Mainly for Jimmy. I'm sorry. We now have the characters that are being added to the new Jungle Cruise.
Oh, this is the new details.
Yep. We've
Yes.
got Alberta Falls, the proprietor of the Jungle Navigation Company.
Okay.
Felix Peckman the 13th.
The 13th.
Dr. Leonard Moss, Rosa Soda Dominguez, and Dr. Con Chunoscu.
Okay.
Sounds like characters
Oh,
in
and
Jumanji.
Siobhan
It does.
Puffin Murphy. Yeah, they do all sound like Jumanji characters.
They do sound like Jumanji characters.
And these will be the 5 characters that we see climbing the tree to get away from the rhino.
Do you think they will show up in the Jungle Cruise movie with The Rock?
They will not.
No, they've said that from the jump.
Can The Rock be in the Jungle Cruise ride, like secret hidden, like Easter egg?
I hope not.
Oh, you don't like The Rock.
I am not a rock guy.
I
And
am a huge fan of
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise, but the actress's name from that movie.
Emily Blunt.
Emily
Emily
Blunt,
Blunt.
yes.
Oh, I can't believe I can't. I love Emily Blunt. I think she is a darling.
When's that movie? Is that movie done?
Yeah, it was
Jungle
supposed
Cruise
to,
was supposed to come out last year.
Oh, okay. So it'll show up at some point.
Yes,
on
this year.
Disney
yeah,
Plus.
it's in the black hole that Black Widow just climbed out of.
Black Widow. They just pushed back to what? June now?
July.
Ah, come on.
Well, the thing is, it's that. That's it.
It's a solid date.
That is the solid date now, because you can either see it in theaters on that date or pay $30 to watch on Disney Plus.
But the NBA guys already got to see it.
We don't actually know that,
I'm assuming that, so I can just stay mad at them.
because I don't believe that all of them respected the NDA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they probably had the opportunity to watch it. I'm like, I don't feel like it. They just didn't.
You know what they
don't
did-
care. Because always the people that don't care are the ones that get the really good stuff. But
You
it
know
doesn't
what- of
matter
course.
to them.
You know what they did a lot there in that bubble?
Yeah.
Fish.
They fished a lot, huh?
Yeah, which I'm convinced. Yeah,
Out of Bay Lake?
because a lot of them had never been fishing before. So apparently it's the most very easy to catch fish there, if you catch my drift. Everyone was catching gigantic fish.
I hope those guys can look back and say, gosh, we were a little too hard. We should have appreciated our time.
I'm convinced there was a scuba diver underneath.
There you go, just placing a fish on the line.
Yes!
It's not even like flapping when it comes out of the water. I don't get
Wow.
it.
Why is it already
It's actually-
frozen?
It's already deboned and descaled.
Mine came out fried.
So, yeah, that was what they're doing. Run through other things really quickly. The 50th anniversary license plate has been approved
I wanna get
to
that.
go into production, so Dickerman can buy that.
I don't want to get that, but I want to get that.
Ollivanders, you can now make reservations to get a wand made at Ollivanders.
Okay. Back at over in Hogwarts.
Yes.
Wait, there's reservations now.
Hogsmeade.
Yes, well, it's a whole. You can do it. You can either walk up and buy one, or there's a ceremony. And
Yeah.
they
I've
brought
seen-
that back. It's coming back.
Okay,
Yes.
but I don't know that they've ever had reservations. It's always just been like a walk-up queue. So that's interesting.
good. It's easier because sometimes people could be waiting for a while.
Yeah.
And they Disney has finally announced that Food and Wine will begin July 15th
Okay.
Whoa, that's really early for Food and Wine.
and going on until November 20th. So half a year.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
No, it's not quite 6 months. It's
That's a long run right there.
yeah, that's a long run.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've actually probably got some more news we can get into, so we can dive a little deeper into that in the bonus show. So if you want to check that out, head over to wherever you get your podcasts or go to the themeparkpodcast.com. You can listen right there. Until then, hit up our social media during the week at the Theme Park Podcast. That's both Facebook and Instagram. Theme Park Show on Twitter. The Theme Park YouTube.com for the
Yes.
YouTube.
You got it
and,
perfectly.
I still don't know the TikTok.
The Theme Park Podcast.
Oh, okay.
Same as all the
It's
others.
the name of the show.
All right, fine. All right, well, if you go on TikTok, there it is. All right, well, for Jimmy D and Scott Harris, I'm Dickerman. Until next time, we'll see you out at the parks.
Mikey Mayhem's watching.
Mikey Mayhem. He's been posting a lot lately on the Mayhem channel.
The Magic City Mayhem.
Yep.
He said that you can actually hear Chris Pratt in the VelociCoaster area.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I saw Chris Pratt on a special about Randy Couture the other day. Have you seen that? It's on ESPN Plus. They did like a documentary, like a 4-part series on Randy Couture's career, and Chris Pratt is one of the people they interview. Because he met Randy as a kid. Randy came to his wrestling camp as a kid and helped train them. So then they stayed friends, and they still train martial arts together.
I think Randy auditioned for Drax.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. That's pretty
Interesting.
funny.
That would have been interesting. I'm glad they used Dave Bautista, though.
Yeah, Randy's quite a few years older than Batista, so he would have aged out a little too quick probably for that role as well.
I don't think it matters. Put special effects, you put makeup on him, you can't really tell.
Oh, I think originally like that was 100% Batista's body with, the dude to do up on him. I don't know if it still is. He's not as ripped as he was.
I don't know.
I don't know. He went back to WrestleMania last year.
I mean, everything else I've seen him in, he's not a small guy.
No, he's not small. I just don't know if he's as ripped cut, like, chiseled out of stone like he used to be.
Yeah. Because he's still doing a lot of action. He's in Army of the Dead.
I'll text Tommy Chuck. Ask him.
Do you see him?
They live in the same neighborhood.
Oh, that's interesting.
He says he sees him jogging all the time.
Must be nice making that Batista money.
Well,
Machida lives right over by Lyoto Machida lives over by Simon.
Oh, in Winter Garden area?
Yeah. He moved over here. He moved over to Central Florida area here.
Yeah, good for him. Maybe we'll get like
Jacques Ray's here.
I feel like Central Florida's MMA community is starting to grow a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we have a few contenders, people that have fought or do fight in the UFC in the area.
I think guys come here to retire too. It's a good tax state. It's a good place to be with your family.
You could be outside, year round.
Yep.
To train or do whatever activities you want.
I mean, your choices between California and Florida, the prices of housing is like so much less, and taxes are so much less too.
Yeah, it's either this or Texas.
Yeah, for real. All right, bonus show.
Yeah.
Just roll into
bonus
it.
show, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, bonus show. Coming down in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Theme Park Podcast bonus show. Should we come up with another name for this? Should it have like something flashy or catchy?
It's called the bonus show.
All right. Oh, okay. All right.
I think it's easier that way.
Well, the bonus show. It's Dickerman, Jimmy D, and Scott Harris all here with you.
I'm not registering that domain name.
Yeah.
Show.
It goes on the same feed. Don't want to have to complicate things.
Nope.
Theme Park Podcast bonus show.
Yeah.
One of my neighbors is cooking something good. Smell like steak or something going on.
This is a little more laid back version of the show. So we were talking a little bit of news on the main show, and I don't know if we really got to fully cover everything that you had, Scott Harris, because there was so much going on, and we had other things happening too, including the winner of our bracket contest, Wet and Wild.
Wet and Wild, yes.
I got a suggestion for the name of our
Bonus show.
yes
Okay.
extra park hours.
Oh,
I
okay.
kinda like that. Yeah.
Thank you, Mike Harris.
Oh, Mike Harris sent it over.
I love how you just went, I have an idea. And
No, I just said I had.
Oh, okay.
I may have phrased that wrong.
I was given an idea. I was
yes, there you
sent
go.
an idea.
well, some other news. There's a new churro that is going to be at Jurassic Park at Universal.
I saw it. It looks huge.
Well, churros are pretty big.
I mean, it's what, a foot and a half long?
Yeah.
A foot and a half long.
Yeah.
Wow.
What's the flavor?
Sea salt s'mores churro.
Sounds good.
I know.
It sounds good.
I'm going to have to go back and get that.
I mean, these theme parks could really come up with about 1,000 different churros and just print money selling those things.
So the other day when I was there, I started with really wanting a Cinnabon.
Those are fantastic.
And then I really wanted a donut. And then I really wanted ice cream, and I kind of wanted to just get the giant donut from Simpsons Land.
That's good.
Get a Cinnabon put on top of that,
Oh, God.
and then cover that with ice cream.
And then head to first aid and get insulin.
And then go ride Dr. Doob.
Yes. See how all of that goes.
Yeah, that'd be a confetti of. Ooh.
Yeah, that'd be a mess.
I know one member of the show that would try it.
Now we all know, like, sometimes people throw up on these rides, right?
Protein spill.
Yeah, protein spill. But I've always wondered, when we do something like Avatar or Soarin', if somebody loses it on that, that's got to be a different level of a mess, right?
It should be,
I
yeah.
mean, if it hits the screen.
Oh,
Come on,
That's
dude.
what I mean. No,
Stop.
but no, I'm serious. That's
Wait,
serious.
wait.
I've always wondered this. Like, if something.
what do you think this is, like the Stand By Me situation?
For like
Pie eating
Avatar, you're hanging in front of the screen,
You
right?
are not. You are not.
You're not?
You are still. It gives you the feeling that you are, but you are not.
Yeah,
you're not-
it's a dome effectively, so you're far away from it.
But it's.
It
I'm just
feels
talking
like you
gravity.
are.
If you dropped a penny and the penny went straight down from where you were, it's not going to hit the screen.
No, it's
No.
going to hit your feet.
Yeah.
Your feet.
You're not hanging over. You're not like.
You were absolutely correct with Soarin',
Okay.
but I don't see any way people could get like motion sickness from Soarin'.
People can get
yeah,
motion
people
sick
do
from anything.
yeah.
I always wonder, like, when I ride, and maybe I'm not remembering Avatar right, but I'm like, man, if you barfed on this screen, that's going to be really hard to clean.
No, I don't think. Like, you'd have to like exorcist projectile.
I'm going to ask somebody. I need to know. I'm gonna ask somebody.
Are you just gonna go up to random cast members and ask them if anybody's ever vomited on a screen?
Basically, I mean, I will ask somebody working at Soarin', like, all right, real question.
Real talk.
Hey, if you want to like gauge whether or not they have the capability, ask them, hey, do you have the bloodborne pathogen training? And if they say no, then you will move on to the next person.
Okay, all right, because that's a special training that they have to go through.
Well, I mean, that was at Universal. I don't know.
I
about
imagine it's
Disney.
probably the same at
Yeah,
Disney. I mean,
yeah.
you gotta deal with that sort of thing, and it's a reality. I mean, when you got people shoving food in their face all day, and you got little kids, and all you're riding these fast rides, there are going to be protein spills.
We saw what happened to Grogu.
My question is, what is the most complicated one? Is it Soarin'? Is there something else where like there's cracks and crevices where it's really hard to clean?
Ugh.
I'm just wondering. These are things I wonder.
You got to get new hobbies, man.
Yeah. Wonder differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there any other news that we should address here?
I don't think so, actually.
There's nothing else. Good.
Good, because I have to pose a question to you guys.
All right, that's fair enough.
Because I like doing this whenever we do the bonus shows, and it makes you guys both think.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember if we had done this one before, but I was looking through my notes app, and I found it. And if not, we'll just do it again. If you could combine two rides to make a mega ride, what would you do?
I was hopeful that you were going to forget it just because you guys always make fun of me for forgetting stuff, but I don't think we've talked about this before.
No.
Because I have a really good one. It's very dark, though.
Well, you can start then.
Yeah, why don't you
because
start
maybe
so we-
maybe let us spark.
Yeah, because remember last time we did this, you and I had suggestions, and Scott's like, "No, you're doing it wrong."
Both and I, Jimmy and I both need a little kickstart.
Well, no,
to
because
our brain. We need-
it was what ride would you change? And you just said I'd bring Back to the Future. Like, that's not the exercise.
I don't know. That's what I want.
You combined Buzz Lightyear.
the one at Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
Okay, because I get that one in the Hollywood Studios confused. I could just call them both Buzz Lightyear, and I know it's not correct.
Well,
Yeah,
one's Toy Story Mania, the
Yeah.
other one's strictly Buzz Lightyear.
I just
so.
call them both Toy Story or whatever. Buzz Lightyear. I don't know.
You combine Buzz Lightyear, and it's a small world.
So are you shooting the people?
Can I have a paintball gun instead of the lasers?
All right, that's a good combination.
That's
Actually.
actually
And if you shoot them, do they stop singing?
I think yes.
All right.
So it gets quieter and quieter on the ride.
This is an excellent way for you to get murdered by an animatronic. I'm just
All
saying.
right. I like that though. I like the thought there. Boy.
You want another one?
Yeah.
E.T., the E.T. Adventure,
Mm-hmm.
and Smuggler's Run.
That could be fun.
You got to help E.T. get out of there.
And he's in the Millennium Falcon.
You're in a ship of some kind. Yes.
Okay. You're help, but
He does have a spaceship.
You're not on a bike. You're in a ship.
You're in a ship, yeah.
It's a continuation of E.T.
Yeah.
You make it to the end, but at the end, his ship is the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, we don't know that. We don't know it isn't.
Yeah, I mean,
We see E.T. in E.T.'s buddy or E.T.'s people in the Galactic Senate in the prequels.
yeah, it's true.
It's all canon.
Although that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
All
true.
right. How about
Mm-hmm.
maybe this isn't good. I don't know. Big Thunder Mountain and Space Mountain, and eventually you just hit the end of a track at Thunder Mountain. You just launch into
Oh, in
the
space.
atmosphere, into
Yeah.
space.
I'm down with that.
Launching. Or we go Splash Mountain into 50,000 leagues under the sea when you hit the splash. It goes.
Wow, we're going
under-
30,000 leagues deeper?
Yeah, we go under the water.
I'm okay with that too, yeah.
Wait, what is it? What is
It was 20.
20,000 leagues under the sea? I never rode the ride. I always heard it was cool.
He was
You ever saw
watching
the movie?
sequel.
But the line was, I never saw the movie either, but the line was always super long, I heard, right? In California. Did we have one here?
We had one here. It is now
Ariel's Grotto, I think.
it's that in Mine Train.
And it kind of, did it pretend to go underwater?
Yeah.
Well,
Just
it
it
didn't pretend it was underwater.
was
underwater?
underwater, yeah.
So that's cool.
Well, you could go do the Nemo ride at Disneyland now that that's open. It's the same ride.
Oh, yeah.
There's no fast pass for it, and one of you
line's-
guys said the line is ridiculous.
Forever
Yeah,
long.
you make it the first thing you do when the gates
Oh
open.
yes,
But Splash Mountain, where you hit that splash, and then you literally go underwater and into a under the water ride.
I like it. I also have a Splash Mountain.
Okay.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
You
So how does it go?
So it's a normal pirate ride, but it's got a
A
big
giant drop?
a giant
Instead
drop.
of the little drop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scott just wants to exclude me from all these
Oh,
rides.
Jimmy's like, I can't ride.
Yeah,
any of these
come
things.
on, man.
It's like, how can we take the rides that Jimmy will ride and make them so he won't?
All right, how about Jungle Cruise?
Yes.
To Tom Sawyer's Island, where you get off like your cruise boat,
Yeah.
and you land somewhere, and you get off, and you have to go explore.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Skyliner and Flight of Passage.
All right, so Skyliner.
So instead of just being in front of a screen, they actually
Mm-hmm.
move you around upside, like up high.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, I like that Skyliner. Skyliner's fun.
It's a great way to, I mean, you got to think in the future, maybe the windows on the Skyliner are screens and you just
have
see.
augmented reality.
Well,
Pandora, yeah.
That's basically what the Harry Potter train is. I mean, that's what the train between
Yeah, in
the
a
two
sense,
parks
yeah.
is, which
And-
is brilliant.
And that's how the shuttle or whatever it's going to be for the Star Wars Hotel.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be you're in a spaceship.
Oh man, we're never gonna get to go there, are we?
I'm saving up,
Can we
man.
like tour? You think they'll like let us tour?
No.
Well, no, we might get invited
like
to,
a tour, not like
Yeah.
you guys can stay here, but you can like for 5 minutes. We'll take you on a tour.
We might get
Don't touch anything, and you got to wear like those plastic booties on your feet.
we might get invited to see the outside of the building from the parking lot. That I believe.
I think they'll just kick you out even if you try that. Like,
No, I think they'll be like, "Oh, do you want to see the building from
I got
the road?"
reservations to get Dole Whip.
no looky loos, sir. Move along. Move along.
All right. How about this one?
Okay.
It's another Small World ride,
Mm-hmm.
but it's Minions.
Oh, and you're shooting the minions?
No,
Oh.
no. It's the Minions take the place of the kids.
Of the kids, and it's a various. So you're in a boat ride, and it
Yep.
goes around.
Yes,
And
Okay.
just say banana for 5 minutes.
exactly. They're just singing in Minion
Banana.
talk. Yeah.
Okay. Let me think. How about we take the safari
Uh-huh.
and we combine that with Rhino Rally from Busch Gardens from back in the day.
I never got to do that.
That was a short-lived ride. I
Yeah.
did it once. It was a short-lived ride. Did you ever do Rhino Rally?
I'm not even sure what it is.
It was almost like a Jeep ride. It was like it was
Oh.
almost like a Jeep sort of a vehicle. It was like it wasn't some. I feel like this would be something you would ride because it wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, I don't know why it didn't last long. I don't know if it wasn't popular or if it was difficult
I'll have to do some research.
or what the challenge of the Rhino Rally is. And watch Scott will look it up and be like, you are all wrong on your description of the Rhino Rally because of course I'm basing it 100% on my memory, which is always questionable for anything. I'll remember things as this is how it happened, and then like no, we actually have photos. It wasn't anything like that. It didn't even resemble that in any way, shape, or form. And I don't remember what Rhino Rally went away for, whether it was Cheetah Hunt or something else.
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
So it closed due to consistent maintenance issues.
So it was always broken.
Yes, the pretense of the attraction was that guests are going on a normal safari ride, which
See?
turns into a search for a lost driver named Scooter Roberts. In June of 2001, one of the cars flipped over during the ride while the driver was crossing over a narrow path in the track while reportedly acting goofy.
Oh, come on, guys. We go through training for this. You're not supposed to act goofy
Yeah.
when driving a vehicle full of people.
So basically, it was you were driving in a Jeep through a rhino enclosure,
I did pretty good on my memory.
did, yeah.
I mean, that was pretty good.
but it was closed permanently for construction due to Cheetah Hunt.
So did it say how many years it stayed open?
13 years.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah, it was
longer than
open
I
for a
remember.
while, yeah.
Okay, 13.
Short?
13 years is like 5 minutes to me.
Yeah, it originally had a water portion, but that ended in 2010.
Okay.
You know, I went on the safari at Animal Kingdom last time I was there, and I feel like they might bring back the creaky
Bridge?
bridge.
Oh, okay.
Is that out right now? Is that not?
Well, no, it's there, but you just drive across it.
Oh.
They don't stop, and they don't use like the oh my god,
Yeah.
you know.
The Barrel Bridge is back at Tom Sawyer
That's
Island.
what I was about to ask because is that I was going to ask if that is brought back.
That has been
Barrel.
brought back. Yes,
It's brought back.
that just
Good.
got brought back this week.
Good. That's a fun little thing. Your shoes can get wet on the Barrel Bridge. There is always the chance of getting wet shoes on the barrel bridge.
I remember being a kid going across that barrel bridge and just being like, how is this like a thing? Like it seems so like crazy and dangerous.
How do you engineer this thing? How is this engineered? Kids love it. I loved it too as an adult.
You love it still.
Any other combo rides?
Yeah, I got Fast and the Furious Stuntacular.
To the exit of the park.
Stuntacular. So it's the car show that we used to have at Hollywood Studios, just with Fast and Furious characters.
Okay. Is there anything we could combine the Transformers with?
It's a small Pirates of the Caribbean world.
I feel like the Transformers gets looked over, like sometimes. Like it's a
great ride.
Yeah, it's a really good ride. When they brought that in, you guys remember when they brought the Transformers ride in? They brought like the Blue Angels or some jets to do a formation over Universal.
I just remember that ride popped up like out of nowhere.
That's the thing about Universal.
It didn't for me though. I remember tracking it from day one.
I do too, but they just do it fast. Like they bring these rides on fast, just like the VelociCoaster, like we talked about. They're like, we're going to do this, and here it is. It's like, how'd you do that?
It took a year still.
I know, but it's a year. But like sometimes, like you'll hear these things, and it's like Guardians ride. We'll get it in 4 years. 4 years from when it got announced.
You know what though? Pandora, the world of Avatar, like that was going on for like a decade. It feels like.
Yeah, Bill and Ted used to make fun of it in the old Bill and Ted show. It's never happening. Well, it finally happened.
They demolished the soundstage for Transformers in June of 2012. June of 2013, it had its grand opening.
See that?
1 year.
That's crazy. 1 year, they cranked that thing out. Played no games. And it's a great, not only is it a great ride,
it's got your friend in it.
The character meet at the end, or not at the end, just when they have it, it's like they have full-size Transformers.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like walking through that little alleyway and you hear the siren going off. It's like, which one is it going to be? Is it going to be Optimus or is it going to be Bumblebee or Megatron?
Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Those outfits are so cool.
Yeah. That's a character I would want to be.
Oh yeah. Like if I go by and there's not like a crazy line, I'll take a picture.
Yeah.
Like I'll take a picture with a Transformer. Yes, please. Those are awesome. That's a great area. How about Harry Potter?
Yeah.
If you combine the two Harry Potter rides, the escape from Gringotts,
just on a broom,
and then sure, or the other way around. I don't know. I'm not sure. We do the non-broom and the roller coaster feature. Right?
Oh yeah,
through the broom ride.
I love that ride. I love Forbidden Journey.
The only problem I have with Forbidden Journey is I feel like I'm going to barf every time I ride it.
Yeah, I can see that.
You talking about barfing on a ride. Now that I got to imagine somebody puked on a screen.
There's no screen in front of you. It's practical effects.
No, but there's screens in other parts. There's screens in other parts.
Yeah, but again, it's behind a practical effect.
Okay. And
that only happens to you because you have 7 butterbeers before you go on the ride.
That ride gets me. That ride, like I did it twice in a row once, and that was a mistake. I did not do good after that. And you've ridden it too, right, Jimmy?
I have ridden that one, and I rode it with a whole group of people, and I promised my sister I'd ride it with her, and I did. We all left the park immediately afterwards because everybody was green.
Yeah, that's the one you want to take like some Dramamine before or something,
Yeah,
do something because that one, if you are prone to any sort of motion sickness from those sim rides, that one will get you. That one, The Simpsons, gets me too.
Really?
Simpsons, I don't know what it is, and it's that baby powder smell that you get at the end with Maggie. I'm like, oh, I gotta get off this ride.
Final 2 I have: Living with the Land and Jaws.
Yes. Yes.
I wouldn't mind that if you replace Jaws with like a giant alligator, like from what
Peter
was
Pan?
That? No, the one from the Betty White movie,
Lake Placid.
Lake Placid, yeah.
Or what was the other? What was the Crawl?
Crawl. They filmed most of that here.
I didn't see. I heard
it was based in Florida. It was shot in like Sweden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard really good things about that movie. Haven't watched it yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, girls, University of Florida Gator.
Yeah, did you see the bats fly?
I saw the bat fly by you. You're not allowed in. Not yet.
And the last one that I think Jimmy is going to love, Trader Sam's.
Okay.
And the Adventurers Club. Do you remember the Adventurers Club from Pleasure Island?
I do not.
It was the same kind of deal.
It was just a tiki bar.
Exactly, but this was like an adventurers theme, so it's like pith helmets and kind of like the aesthetic of Jungle Cruise.
That is Trader Sam's.
I know, that's what I mean. So it's just two things. It's less of boat and more Indiana Jonesy.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
How about Typhoon Lagoon in Trader Sam's. Just make a giant like Trader Sam's land, basically.
I mean, for all I know, it is that. I've never been.
Yeah, I'm just saying, throw up a few signs and logos, and you're there, right?
Or they could do what they originally intended for the Enchanted Tiki Room and just serve drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, serve drinks while you're watching that show. It'd be cool.
I want to go to the water park soon. We've all got our first shot of the vaccine.
Today.
Not today because it's cool, but I want to go out to the water parks at some point because we're going to be able to come summertime, right? I mean, this is where we're at. If we're all vaccinated, like the water park is the big question mark because you can't wear a mask there.
Well, I mean, to me, the movie theater is the big one.
That's your one you want. Do you like the water parks?
I've only been to like 3 water parks. Like I've only been to a water park like 3 times.
I mean, because you don't get to wear jeans and a jacket.
Let's combine a water park with a movie theater.
Done.
Don't they do that?
They do.
That
They
in the
do.
park, in
Well,
the
and they show
resort.
Jaws, so
Yeah.
you can watch Jaws in an inner tube on like a giant lake or.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, that would be a little scary. They should have like a remote thing that like goes around and bumps you every once in a while.
So
Just another one of Scott's scuba divers with like a fin on his back.
Yeah.
Swim through.
I was talking. I talked about this story on the air, and you guys will both appreciate it. So we all saw Endgame multiple times, right?
Yeah, I was just watching it again the other day.
I saw it 4 times in theaters. I wanted to take down Avatar. I wanted to be part of it. A chap from Florida, though, annihilated my amount of time seeing it in theaters. You want to guess how many times he saw it?
In the theater.
I know
In the
the answer
theaters.
because I saw this. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records now.
Yes.
How many times did you see?
191 times.
That's a lot of movie tickets.
How do you not just go the extra 9 to go a solid
yeah,
200?
exactly.
He must have done near the end. He must have started running out of options of where he could see it because like it wasn't showing anymore.
No, I
gotta
mean, you
imagine.
remember this when that movie came out because they wanted it to beat Avatar. That
Yeah.
was in theaters forever.
It was. I remember.
And you could just see it back to back to back. You could see it 4 times in a day.
Yeah.
3 hours.
Those are some of my favorite memories is going to see like those movies with you guys, and we could go out for the premiere. It was always a huge deal when something like that came out. When Endgame came out, when Infinity War came out, Jimmy and I did the Batman marathon when the 3 movies came out.
Yeah, when Dark Knight Rises came out.
So
Yeah.
what are we gonna say is gonna be our first like Marvel movie, or should we say it's like Suicide Squad,
And maybe it's Black Widow.
Black Widow, Suicide
When's
Squad?
Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad's August.
Yeah, but that's also going to be available on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I
So,
mean that
same
doesn't mean
time?
we still can't go see it in
Yeah,
theaters.
Yeah, I know, but I'm probably going to watch it from the couch.
Because it's
You're a part of the problem. You own stock in AMC. You need to help your company.
Actually, Well, I'm going to go see Black Widow because
They're
I'm not
gonna
paying $30.
they
for
gonna
that.
bring back Movie Pass? What's going on?
A-list,
Movie Pass
A-list,
is dead and buried.
A-list.
The Movie Pass will never come back. It's never coming back.
It did get a bunch of fun. Well, did you get the A-list like I have, where you see 3 movies a week?
I want Regals to be better because I got a really cool Regal right by my house. So
Is
do
it?
you.
I don't know if mine's reopening.
They're all going to reopen. They're
Yeah,
going to reopen
They're reopening.
in May.
No, it's sooner than that. I want to say April.
Yeah, they're reopening. That great theater in Winter Park's going to reopen. There's one over in Apopka that they just redid. That's really nice.
Yeah, they
And-
renovated it just as the COVID was happening.
Oh my god, I got free passes from that because we went to see Harley Quinn and like the movie, like a fire alarm went off in the middle of the movie, so they gave us tickets to go back. I'm like, oh, I can't use these. Expired now.
I'm loyal to my A-list though, because you know why? I get the Dolby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
that's
Dolby
nice.
Theater
The
is
Dolby's
awesome.
nice, but like the other seats at AMC, they're like those cloth, and I don't like the cloth.
I know.
I want leather seats. And I've gotten used to the cushy leather.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, if you're not going to see it in the IMAX or the Dolby, you have to sit in regular cloth seats without selecting your seat. And I'm not about that.
Yeah, I need the nice leather seats.
so should we say Black Widow will be the first theme park podcast outing to the movie theater?
We'll all be fully vaccinated. I think that's totally fine. I could see it.
We do get a bunch of Marvel movies because we get Shang-Chi like right afterwards.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
It's a Kung Fu one. It's Kung Fu, guys.
I mean, it's a Marvel movie.
Martial.
I'll see it.
There's that, too.
It's a Marvel movie, so I'll see it. It's fine. All right. Well, should
Yeah,
we
we get
wrap this
4.
up?
We get 4 Marvel
What are we
movies this
getting?
year.
Well, tell us what we're getting to close out the show.
Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings,
Okay, that's going to be a hard sell, I think.
No, 10 Rings is what
Mandarin.
Tony Stark was fighting in
and Iron Man
3.
1.
Oh.
1 and 3.
Yeah, 1 and 3. So
Okay.
it's going to bring that back into the fold.
All right.
Eternals.
Okay.
That's one that's got John and Jon
That's
Snow and Rob Stark.
Yeah. The
Selma
Stark Boys.
Hayek,
Angelina
Angelina Jolie. Yeah.
Interesting. I'm curious about that one.
And then Spider-Man No Way Home.
All right.
Oh wow, that's
All of it sounds great.
And we're a year away from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. You know, originally WandaVision was supposed to end, and then a week later, Doctor Strange came out.
Yeah, I do.
That was the original plan.
Thank you, stupid pandemic. Slowed everything down.
And we're 13 months away from Thor: Love and Thunder.
That I'm looking forward to. Taika Waititi did such a fantastic job on the last Thor movie. I cannot wait to see what he brings on this one.
and we are, let's see, like 18 months away from Avatar 2.
Yeah, I'll believe it when it's actually out.
Well, eventually it's going to come out in a December.
December.
And once that happens, once 2 comes out, then 3 will come out the following year, 4, and then 5.
Prepare yourself, Scott. He's going to try and convince us to go see Avatar with him.
I've got a soccer game that day.
All right, dude. Flight of Passage is a rad ride, and I want to see the rest of the story.
All right. Well, if you want to keep up with the show during the week, please check us out on our social media channels, The Theme Park Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Theme Park Show on Twitter, and thethemeparkyoutube.com for our YouTube channel. Go subscribe so we can actually just say youtube.com/The Theme Park Podcast
Yes.
eventually.
Yeah, we're halfway to our goal.
All right, let's get there.
Come on.
All right,
Come on, give us a like.
Go give us a like, give us a follow, and that's all good. Thanks for hanging out with us. For Scott Harris and Jimmy D, I'm Dickerman. Until next time, we'll see you out of the parks. Clear.
Whoa.